Good morning, students. Today, let us try to understand exothermic reactions and endothermic reactions. Depending on the absorption or evolution of heat energy, we can classify reactions into two types: exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. Now, even before we talk about them, let us understand the meaning of these words. Endo. Endo means inside. Exo. Exo means outside. Thermic. Thermo means heat. So when heat is given out, that is exothermic reaction. And when heat is taken in or heat energy is absorbed, that is endothermic reaction. Pretty simple. Endo means in, heat taken in. Exo means out, heat given out. So exothermic reaction is a reaction that releases energy in the form of heat, for example, burning of fuel. Endothermic reaction is a reaction that absorbs energy in the form of heat, for example, melting of ice, evaporation of water. Now let us look at few examples of exothermic reactions. Take a matchbox and strike a matchstick on its side. What will you observe? The matchstick burns, giving out a lot of heat. What kind of reaction is this? Can you guess? Yes, it is an exothermic reaction. Let us watch this dramatic example of an exothermic reaction, the dehydration of sugar with concentrated sulfuric acid. Take some sugar in a beaker. Add 8 to 10 drops of water to the sugar in the beaker and stir it well with glass rod to moisten it. Measure 30 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid in a measuring jar and add the acid to the sugar. Stir quickly. See that the acid covers the sugar. Stand back and observe. Sugar starts changing color and finally turns black and rises in a column, releasing steam and a pungent smelling gas. The black mass left behind is sugar charcoal, a form of pure carbon. This dehydration process is a highly exothermic reaction, turning water content into steam. Now, let us look at some endothermic reactions. As you know, these reactions absorb heat energy. Look at how an egg is fried on a pan. When we break an egg on a heated pan, heat is absorbed by the egg and the liquid parts turn solid. So, what type of reaction is this? Yes, it is an endothermic reaction because egg is absorbing heat to get cooked up. Now, let us understand another reaction where there is absorption of heat. It is a reaction of vinegar and baking soda. Pour about 50 ml of vinegar into the beaker. Place the thermometer in it and note down the temperature. Carefully add 2 to 3 spoonfuls of baking powder into the vinegar. What will you observe? Instantaneous reaction with brisk effervescence takes place and the solution almost fills the beaker. Stir the solution and note its temperature at the end of the reaction. At the end of the reaction, you will see that there is a reduction in temperature as the reaction is endothermic and absorbs heat. Now, if we talk about more examples, let us talk about, say, combustion reaction. So, combustion reactions are all exothermic in nature. Why is this so? Because during a combustion reaction, lot of heat energy is released, that is, heat is given out. So, they are exothermic. Besides that, if we talk about this reaction, where calcium oxide combines with carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate plus heat energy. So that is again exothermic reaction because heat is released at a part of this reaction. Now what about endothermic reactions? Let's take this example where magnesium combines with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. But for this reaction to take place, we need to provide energy in the form of heat. So if you remember, we actually heat the magnesium ribbon. So heat is an input in this case. So therefore, this is an endothermic reaction. Now, let us talk about the process of respiration. Respiration is an example of what kind of reaction? Can you guess? Yes, it is an exothermic reaction. Can you say why? Why is respiration an exothermic reaction? But before that, what is respiration? Is respiration all about breathing? No, not really. Breathing is just external respiration. Breathing is only exchange of gases. But when we talk about respiration as a whole, it is internal respiration plus external respiration. External respiration is breathing. But internal respiration, what is internal respiration? Oxidation of food. So what happens is the food that we eat that gives us energy. But how? By internal respiration. The food that we eat gets oxidized to release a lot of energy and also heat, and this is what happens as a part of internal respiration. So that is why respiration is an exothermic reaction. And from where do we get this oxygen? It comes from breathing. So that is where we talk about external respiration. So respiration as a whole is an exothermic reaction because energy is released as a part of this reaction. So I hope you have understood the process of respiration. Respiration involves two processes: external respiration, that is breathing, and internal respiration, that is oxidation of food, because of which heat is released and energy is released. So this is an exothermic reaction. So students, I hope you have understood exothermic and endothermic reactions. Now, a small assignment for you. Observe some reactions taking place in your day-to-day life. Process of photosynthesis, melting of wax, welding of iron, drying of clothes. Classify them into endothermic or exothermic reactions. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Stay at home, stay safe, and enjoy studying. Thank you.